Welcome to Behind the Boot, a Louisiana sports podcast. Your favorite weekly show bringing you the latest news in Saints, Pelicans, LSU Tigers, and more. Enjoy the show.
What up? What up? Welcome back to another episode of Behind the Boot. Man, I am excited to be back here, man. It's some good news that's coming out, man. I want to get right into it. I think everybody know what we about to get into. But before we do that, man, just want to check in with my co-host. What's good, Jerrette? How you feeling, man?
With my peoples.
What's Zam Dan?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Can't complain.
Now, if you ask me how I'm doing, I'm over the moon right now. You know what I'm saying? We had a big trade finally go through, one that they were speculating for a while, man. And Griff got it done. CJ McCollum as a Pelican, along with Larry Nance Jr. I'm feeling really good about it. And Tony Snell, who is a 38% shooter from the three. So just throwing that out there. I know a lot of people overlooking Tony, but he got that yeah on him. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta check the pulse, man. Jared, what was your initial reaction when you saw the trade go through? And what do you think CJ can bring to the Pelicans?
First reaction was, God damn it, we got a scorer.
Finally.
Somebody that can take the pressure off of BI. That's my first initial impression. And we finally got somebody that can create their own shot. That's the biggest thing.
That's a big note too.
Yeah.
I do want to touch on that, but my bad. Go ahead.
No, I like the trade, bro. They didn't give up too much for him. I feel like they got the better end of the deal, to be quite honest. Honestly, I gave up Josh Hart, which I will extremely miss. I wish we could have kept that guy, but he will be forever in my heart. I hope Josh succeeds in Portland. A couple of draft picks, and they let go that sorry as Tomas said.
Watch him. Oh.
Hey, Tomas,
that is
good riddance, bro.
Good riddance. He deserves to get
and motherfucker on the bench just sitting down there making $10 million, bro. Just cool on the bench, bro.
Exactly.
Chilling.
10 mil to relax.
To ride the pond, to look good in uniform. Must be nice, bro.
Easiest 10 mil the guy ever made. But I give it I've been seeing a lot of like national media people saying like the Blazers somehow won this trade. Like how trade? Like I don't understand. Like I saw somebody gave like the Pairs a C- and like the Portland Trail Blazers a B.
Yeah, I seen one where the Blazers got an A and we got the C-.
Yeah. I don't understand. We got CJ McCollum. We have a bona fide shot creator adding to our already young core already as it is. Like as you just seen, the Blazers just traded Null. So now all they got from that trade was Tomas and Josh Hart and a couple of picks. Like
yeah. And they traded Tomas. So really just Josh Hart.
Josh Hart in the first round pick.
So yeah. I feel like we're gonna trade. We're definitely gonna 10 seed, definitely lock. I'm just hoping that we can establish a quick chemistry between those guys and push for that 8, at least that 8 seed.
Well, that actually segued perfect into what I was gonna ask Dan. So obviously now you bring in some new guys. Josh Hart was critical to what we had to do to get to where we are so far in the season. How quickly do you think it'll take for CJ McCollum to kind of get into his rhythm, and how much of an impact do you think it'll actually make on our team?
I think CJ will fit along very quickly because, shoot, bro. Like you gonna find a way to get him open. You don't draw plays to get them open, and get good open looks. The looks is gonna come a lot easier. He's playing with he was playing with Damian Lillard, but I mean, it was just him and Dame out there. I mean, they could just box them in the top of the key and then, make it hard for him. So now, he has a inside presence. I mean, he had Nurkic, but I'm taking Jonas over Jokic. You got BI who's going to live in the mid range, so they got to respect that. So, I mean, you can't double him at the top. Devontae, if he want to bring his jumper to the game, then it could be something real good, until Zion come back. But I think CJ's gonna get really. He's gonna fit right in really, really quickly. Now I think Tony Snell might ride the pine for a little while, and Larry Nance won't be there for about another 4 weeks probably. He had minor knee surgery, so
6 weeks is the timeline for him.
So
but
he'll be out.
I don't think so, because I think now with Naw being gone, I think you see Tony Snell kind of do what they wanted Naw to do. You know what I mean? Like he gonna take Naw role.
I think they're gonna let Trey and Najee bat out first before they let Tony Snell do it. They fail, then they'll put Tony Snell in the veteran. I mean, I think Tony still get a little PT, but I think they really want to try in-house minutes and see if Trey would take advantage of, which I think he did take advantage of. And now we see, how they can use Trey. They can get Trey out in transition. He's not just a spot-up shooter. He can actually jump and go get the ball and dunk and stuff like that. So instead of just keeping Trey just posted up in the corner out on the wing, we've seen a little bit of him cutting a little more and getting to the paint and doing a little more stuff that uses his athletic ability, which is needed along with his shooting. So we'll see.
Yeah, I just think they should have worked him into doing that early in the year. Like we was losing anyway.
Yeah, I think
they should have gave him more minutes.
I think his confidence just was shot, man. Like he just, I don't know, man. When you're confident like that, I mean, right now Willie was just trying to win some games, but he was trying to get some games won so the season wouldn't be lost, as a whole. Because if they would have just kept on trying to do it, they could have themselves a deeper hold and what they was. So yeah. I mean, they had to win some games.
I understand that. I know I like nitpick with Willie a lot, and overall he doing an amazing job. Like I don't have no beefs with Willie at all, but I do think that, especially in that period, like when we was 3-13, it wouldn't have hurt to kind of just work them into just a few minutes here and there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like he had to have a large role, but now that we at this point of the season and we know what we playing for, like to me, it's obvious this franchise is going for playoffs. Like they don't even look content with just the play-in. Like I think they trying to work higher in the standings, and it's with the way the Lakers look, it's very possible. You know what I'm saying? So I like what we get.
Nothing makes me happy about it.
Yeah, that's
the Lakers lose.
Bro, that would really, really do something for me if we got to the 9th spot and we was able to end the Lakers season at the Smoothie King Center. That would really, that would do it for me, bro. It wouldn't matter what they did the whole playoffs. They can first round exit, they can get swept. If they send the Lakers home in the play-in, I am 100% satisfied with the season. But I did want to kind of talk about a little bit. Shout out Chris Connor with the Spaces. But he had Christian Clark in there today, and I popped in. I was listening for a little bit, man. And I know by the time we actually release this, we should actually have some type of actual word from Griff. So just for the listeners out there, like if you're hearing this, we still speculating. But I know by the time this get out, that might be an actual statement. But Christian Clark was alluding to that Zion is back in the city and that there's going to be an announcement on him, which I'm assuming is going to be that he coming back. So in my opinion, now I'm going to get your opinion in a second, but in my opinion, I think this immediately takes us from one of those fringe play-in teams to a dangerous team that is just not, they better than their record reflect. So when you look at the roster, you got B.I., CJ McCollum, now Zion, Jonas Valanciunas, Jackson Hayes has been playing out of his mind. I'm gonna start with you, Jerrette. Where do you think the ceiling is for this current season? So if we only looking at like what's best case scenario, do you think they have any chance of making a deep run into the playoffs?
I wouldn't see a deep run because they got a lot. They got a lot of ground to make up to get like a bona fide playoff spot. I don't see them getting past the 8th spot because as I'm looking at the standings, we're currently 4 games back from the Lakers right now, and 5 games back from Clippers. I don't think we can make that hard of a push to catch the 6th spot, which is Denver Nuggets. I mean, I hope we can, but I see him getting probably the best 8th spot. To be honest, that's just my opinion, which I'm fine with because that gets you a home game for a play-in tournament. So
Right.
that would be important to at least get a home game in a play-in tournament. So you can have the crowd on your side, get the Smoothie King Center rocking, and make some noise. Now, if they don't make it to the 8th spot, then of course they got to go on the road, and I wouldn't be as confident. Which I mean, they have been doing pretty good on the road lately, but I'd rather much see them, at home, Smoothie King Center, fans on their side, get some momentum, and get in that way.
Right. See, but I guess my question more so was like, let's say we make it into the play-in, because I feel like me personally, I know this might be optimistic because I am like a fan, you know what I'm saying? But I think the play-in game is all but locked in.
Right.
And if we talking Zion Williamson, Brandon Ingram, CJ McCollum, Jonas Valanciunas, that Pelicans team going in healthy, knock on wood, I hope they make it that far, with all their health. But I don't see the Lakers winning that. I honestly don't. Like right now they are in a battle with the Portland Trailblazers. Like, come on, man. Like
Yeah.
let's be honest. They not stopping. If you can't stop Anthony Simons, you're not stopping Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum. You're just not doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what's the odds of us upsetting Golden State Warriors, of Phoenix Suns?
That's my point. I think they have a better chance against the Warriors. But if we play against Phoenix, then I feel like they're just too much experience, too much like they're just better. And I don't think a span of a month would be enough for them to overcome that Zion and damage the whole season going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I feel like I think they'll be in a tough battle. I think it'll be a good series. They'll probably get 2 games, maybe. But I still see the Suns getting them in 4 and probably taking the Warriors also like close. But in the end, I feel like they don't have enough togetherness yet going into the playoffs.
Yeah. Now, Dan, I'm gonna just flip the same question to you. Any objections to anything that Jerrette just said?
I think it just depends on the draw, bro. I mean, what is the Warriors or the Suns? I mean, I think they both can get got. My question is, are you gonna be able to score with the Warriors? Don't know. On a night in and night out basis, all that experience and Steph Curry and all of them been there and done that before. Now the Suns, I think the Suns can get got. I didn't think it happened. Like, I mean, we contain Book, contain Chris Paul. I mean, let's just go down the lineup. I think we starting CJ McCollum at the 3. I think CP might get his way. I mean, CJ is not the best defender, but I think he could possibly stay in front of Chris Paul. He's a veteran, so he knows the game. He's not gonna get cooked because he's not experienced.
CP3
he's
about to
just gonna
cook
be there.
CJ McCollum.
You never know. I mean, CP3 kind of long on the tooth, bro. I mean, ain't the CP3 of 6 years ago, but he.
Yeah.
And then, you go down to the shooting guard. We got Brandon Ingram, and they got Mikal Bridges. Devin Booker. That's a toss-up. B.I. and Devin Booker. I'm just fuck what nobody say. I think that's a toss-up. Devin Booker and B.I., that's either or. Whatever your preference is. I think they both all-stars, so, you can cancel each other out. Okay, you go to Herb and Mikal Bridges. That's almost a cancel out right there. I'll probably take over Mikal. Mikal can shoot a little better, but Herb is a better defender, better rebounder, and shooting better. Herb is shooting 38% from three, so shit. I'll take Herb, and then you go to power forward. I don't even know who their power forward is. I know they had P.J. Tucker at one time. I don't even know who their power forward is. Not that I care. And then DeAndre and then Jonas Valanciunas. I'm taking Jonas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now, see, this is my thing. And I got a total different take. And I understand that it's like a super optimistic take. But hear me out first. So I think if this is under the pretense that what I think currently is accurate, is that Zion will be back soon, hopefully within the next couple weeks. You know what I mean? I think that matchup, because and I'm reading into a lot of stuff. So again, everything I'm saying is just speculation. But let's look at the JV Jacks lineup. How much trouble that size caused for other teams. They were practicing for Zion to come back. That was sets that you run with Zion. That was, certain actions that you would play with Zion Williamson in the lineup. Now, if you take that same type of deal, but have Zion back, so that means in the second unit, we most likely seeing a Willie Hernangomez Jax combo. The Suns or the Warriors can't stop that, bro. Jax is really effective, in my opinion. I know a lot of people hate on Jax, and they don't think that his little last few games is something that can be withstood, something that he can keep consistently. But just looking at what Jackson Hayes can do, I think with that of the second unit, Zion Williamson and JV, along with Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum. I didn't even mention them yet, but just that combo, that give a lot of trouble to teams. I think the Warriors, there's no way they'd be able to withstand that. You know what I'm saying? Especially if CJ and BI is cooking. You know what I mean? I really do think that I'm not saying it's likely. I'm not even saying that, I think it's going to happen. But what I am saying is it's more of a chance than more people would think. If they went into the first round, beat the Suns, bro, we in business. Honestly, from there, it would literally just be how lucky can we get? Because if we beat the Suns in the second round, I think we could beat Memphis. I think we can beat a Utah. I think we can beat any one of those teams. You know what I mean? So take that however you will, but I think we cooking. We cooking with some grease, man. Especially because, like I said before, even if we got swept in the first round, if we just send the Lakers home in the play-in, I'm completely satisfied. But Griff mess around and have another offseason like he did this past offseason, and bro, we got a contender. I really do think you'll log on to your FanDuel account and see the Pels less than plus 1,000. They will be a nice it's getting to that point where it's all right, these dudes not just good, they scary. And that's hard for people to see because where I record at. But I'm just throwing that out there, man. What y'all think?
I'm very optimistic.
Very
optimistic.
I know that sound bold when you're talking about a team that's under 500 in the 10th spot. That sound crazy.
No, it don't because we know how they've been playing lately. They haven't been playing like that lately. They've been playing like a middle road team,
team.
5.
But
5-6 seed.
I think better than middle of the road. They 500 over the last 40 games, and that's without a generation, bro. People, I want anybody who listening to this right now, just go in YouTube. After y'all done listening to this episode, type in Zion Williamson best plays in the NBA. Like, if you add that to what we already have, who is, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see many teams being able to just say, "Oh, that's a lock. We winning a series 100% against them niggas." There's just no way. Like, I think we go into a Phoenix or Golden State series, and they actually gotta play us. Like, it's not just, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it'll be competitive. I don't think they'll get swept. I think it'll be a very competitive series.
I think for me, it's more of the cohesion. Like if we had a whole full season of these guys, like even if Z was playing most of the season, I wouldn't doubt that they'd be able to upset somebody. Whereas the fact that they gotta now add in this speculation, they gotta add in Z to the game plan. Now you gotta add in CJ McCollum. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's all that takes an account of why I said it's gonna take time. I think they'll get into playing, but we don't expect them to make an actual run. Now next year it's balls to the wall. Like they need to be no less than a 6 seed next year. You get a whole full training camp off season. Everybody starting to know each other. Man, sky's the limit.
Well, I think pending health, that's no question. Like, I think anything less than the 6 seed next year, if we stay even somewhat healthy, is a failure. You know what I mean? Because Willie Green had time to figure out what he wanted to do. I think when you see some of these dudes like Trey Murphy and Herb Jones and Jackson Hayes, like dudes like that are like younger guys, kind of really start settling into their role. Because like the front half of the season was a lot of these guys playing a role that they wasn't supposed to be playing. Like we needed too much out of Nikhil. We needed too much out of Jax. We needed too much out of, you bring up people like Jose Alvarado, and now he playing substantial minutes. Like that's not supposed to be their role. But I think next year you're gonna start seeing them playing in their correct roles. So you're right. Anything less than a 6 seed is a utter failure to me. But I'm fully confident they're gonna get that done. I'm optimistic for this year, even more so than most fans. Like I really do think that we would be, because it's not too heard of where you see a lower seed team. Like we would technically be the 8th once the playoffs start, but you never see 8 seeds upset the 1 seed or a 7 seed upset the 2. That's not often. It's very rare to happen, but I think we one of them teams, bro. Like I really do believe that. I think we can get that done this year. But we'll see, man. I got my ears to the streets whenever Griff make his announcement tomorrow. That's gonna be a big announcement. Even though I think, Zion is back. It's gonna be it. We get to see CJ make his debut tomorrow. That's gonna be big. And then against a good team. Like if we mess around and beat the Heat, I'm all in. You know what I'm saying? So
dude,
it's
the
Heat
chips to the table,
bro.
The Heat is the favorite to win the East for me.
He gonna push all the chips on the table, bro.
If we beat the Heat, bro, I'm going on FanDuel, whatever sports book.
Come on.
New Orleans Pelicans will win the 2022 NBA championship. We beat the Heat, I'm making the bet. If we beat the Heat, I am making the bet.
Sweet mother.
New Orleans Pelicans will win the NBA championship.
Slow your roll.
That's it. That's it. Call me crazy. But bro, we like plus 10,000 right now, bro. I can make a $5 bet and take half the year off. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, maybe not that point, but you know what I'm saying. It's
nice come up.
It's a very nice come up.
I'm feeling
multiple
lucky,
figures.
So you do it. I'm putting $100 on it.
Shoo, hey, I don't know about 100, but I put 5 or 10. What I gotta lose? If I lose it, it's just $5 or $10.
I'll put 20.
$10 is multiple G's. Like we talking about 5 figures for $10. So hey. Anybody listening to this, y'all go ahead, make that bet whenever y'all win it. Thank me later, man. Meet me in Kabul. We'll be turning up. But before we gonna move off the Pelicans. We definitely gonna address this next episode to go over the CJ first week, and then of course address the Zion news because that is coming. But let's talk about the Saints, man. Dennis Allen, the new head coach. How you feeling, Dan? You like it or wish they would have did something else?
Man, that was a safer move, bro. I couldn't have picked it out. I mean, it was a safe, easy pick. You know what I'm saying? I just really wish they wouldn't have jerked Airbnb around so much. You know, you were picking you was picking DA. I don't think you should have wasted that man's time like that. 8 hours. Doing this and doing that. I mean, I guess you were doing due diligence, but everybody had the feeling that it was DA's job. And safe. Pick a guy to keep the culture there. You know what I'm saying? And I guess I'll judge him based on who he hires to run the offense. I know the defense is in good hands, so I'll base him on when he makes his first hire for offensive coordinator. Then I feel, what the hiring was, Let's see. But if he just do a old good old buddy networking thing, I ain't feeling that. You know what I'm saying? They need to go out and they need to find a good, young, innovative coach to reinvent the offense and inject some energy into the offense and go from there. But I'm not feeling the good old boy networking. He hired some Doug Maroon for what God knows why to run the offensive line. You could have hired anybody to do that, but you hire a former 2-time head coach that's like 60 years old. I don't get that. So he not off to a good start with the staff, to me.
And I can agree with that. Like I definitely hear that sentiment kind of talked about in Saints Twitter a lot. Like most of the fan base, I'd say, was disappointed with the hire of DA. I got some different feelings, but I wanna see what Jerrette think. DA, obviously the idea behind promoting DA is essentially to keep the foundation of what Sean built, to keep it going. And to that, what would your reaction be?
Safe hire. Because I feel like for me, when you look at the past, couple of years, what has the Saints been known for? We've been known for defense. We've been having a top 5 defense the past couple of years. So I felt like they wanted to go away as in, you know what? We don't know about the offense. Offense is a question mark, right? So we rather have a top flight defense still going into next season rather than getting a new all around coach and not knowing about the offense nor defense type deal. You know what I'm saying? So now, but they want to at least have a surefire. You know what? We're gonna have a top 5 defense again. So
Right.
we rather take a fly on the offense and see what happens there. I mean, we already sucked already last year. So let's try to keep the defense intact, and we can just try to win like we did last year. You know what I'm saying? And the offensive coordinator situation, hopefully it works itself out. I think that's the approach they took hiring DA.
Right. And I agree with that. And I think even though a lot of people feel a certain way, in my personal opinion, and I know I'm not nobody, you know what I mean? But just from me looking, like if I'm in charge of making that decision, right? And you just zoom out for a second, like you said, you have a top 5 defense. You know that when you have a top 5 defense, you don't really need your offense to be incredible. You don't need a 45, 50 point game offense. You know what I'm saying? You can literally take the foundation that we already have. For all the players who are on the roster and have been on the roster, you can keep the culture intact of, just the vibes, everything, or feel the same. You know what I mean? And then kind of how Dan touched on, I think if you bring in an offensive coordinator that's somewhat innovative, that if we roll with Jameis again, that can basically help to put him in the best scenario possible. You do them two things, bro, and we are a playoff team, a deep playoff team. Like we was that last year. I think even as disappointing as that season was, you can look at that team and see these guys could have competed in a Super Bowl. I know for damn sure if we was in a Super Bowl now, we'd have beat the shit out the Bengals. I know that. You know what I mean? Maybe even beat up like we were. So I think they made the right choice, man. Like, and the way that it looked is like, what's the worst that could happen? If it go wrong, it's not like you stuck with DA for 10 years. Like, you just move the fuck on. You know what I mean? Like I like the move. I think it was a good move. I think for two reasons, because there's rumors that obviously it's been since he announced his retirement, but there's a window that Sean Payton might want to return to coaching. You know what I'm saying? And that could be with the Saints, is what I've been hearing. Like, obviously, it's all just rumors and stuff, but if the worst come to worst, bro, we could then get a new coach. I'm sure Bieniemy will probably still be available. Or if Sean decide like, yo, I can't see my niggas going sad like that, let me come back and steer the ship again. We could do that. Like it's options. I like the fact that the organization gave ourselves some options. We have another trial run. It's just kind of how we did with Jameis after Drew Brees left. We gave him a trial run, which he got injured, so his trial run kind of got cut short. But I like the move. I'm impressed with the move. I think it was a smart business decision. And honestly, I believe it's going to work. As long as we find somebody that can somewhat make the offense not like it was this past year. If you can just slightly improve it, we are a Super Bowl contender.
I like the move. I just think the scheme wasn't the issue with our offense last year. Just the personnel. We just didn't have the personnel to run the offense. We was hurt. We had no offensive line for damn 3/4 of the season. You know, no receivers, running back. Both running backs is out. We traded for Mark Ingram. He got hurt a game later. It's just a terrible, terrible year, and it looked like it's starting off on the wrong foot again with your boy.
Yeah, that damn good segue, Dan. You're getting good at this podcasting thing. My dog got in a fight in the elevator, man. In my city, man. In my city, at one of my favorite nightclubs.
They need to get every fucking football event the fuck away from Vegas, bro.
I don't know.
They shouldn't even put a goddamn team out there. Ridiculous, bro. Just setting our poor, young, successful black men to fail, bro. Sin City.
I think Kamara knew better than that, man. Come on, dude. He had to be full of that liquor, man. He had to be.
You know what? I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt here. I'm not saying what he did.
He never got in trouble before, man.
Yeah. Hey, we all know Alvin as the cool, laid back guy that just likes to go snowboarding and shit in the off season.
Skateboarding and
skate. Yeah, he more one of the most laid back guys in the NFL. So he must have been really full of the liquor, that Saturday night before the Pro Bowl, because I don't know how a laid back guy like that goes from his personality to just going ahead and just beating up on a random guy that tried to get the elevator.
This is my thing, and everything that you said about Kamara is right. Like, he's known as being the cool, laid back guy. Like, nothing about his personality.
Fan favorite, bro.
I'm a troublemaker. You know what I mean? Even the fan stuff aside, but he's been a pro for what, 5-6 years? He hasn't gotten in any trouble. Like, he doesn't have that personality. You see the type of stuff that he do. Like, it's not like most athletes where, he's not a Odell Beckham where everything is like the party life, turning up with the rappers and all that. Like, he don't do that. So, and me being like living in Vegas, and I went to the club that got arrested at multiple times. So I know that it's just a rowdy situation. You know what I mean? Like it's one of them things where you can go out looking to avoid trouble and it'll still find you. Like, I could see that happening. So I definitely think it was one of those things. It's just You Alvin Kamara, dude. Like, you know that, yo, beat the shit out of somebody, there's going to be repercussions for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there should have been a way to de-escalate that. I
Well,
do put some
Ryan,
kind of blame on him, man. Like,
well, Ryan, like I said, is a good thing he has a marketing with some solid legal consultation from LeBron Earls because he gonna need
yeah,
it.
he definitely gonna need it, man.
He gonna need it, baby.
And that kind
It's a
of
good one,
go.
Dan.
He gonna need it. He gonna need it. He needs some good, solid white men on the side right now, Cat.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he got him. He got him. He got him.
He
Don't
needed.
worry about
He
that.
needed.
They was on the payroll long before this incident. He got him. But
He's still gonna be out six games.
yeah, that's what I was getting at.
Three games.
Oh,
We looking at, I think, 6 games. 6 games is a safe bet for something like this.
Yeah, come on. Deontay almost killed somebody. He had DUI, bro. I mean, he got 3 games. I mean, I think
he did not almost kill nobody. He just got caught driving under the influence. Come on.
Come on.
Yeah, now if you almost kill somebody, that's different.
But DUI is very serious right now, bro. They taking that like very serious, and Deontay got 3. He give Allen 3. Give him 3.
I hope so. I hope you're right, Dan. But I'm leaning more towards 6. I think just looking at the trend of the NFL,
they gonna settle out. But if it was a woman, bro, you probably wouldn't have a career no more, bro. But I mean, it was on a bar. Shit happened, man. Like the club, people drinking, man. I think if you apologize, maybe settle out of court, give him 100,000. Plea down, simple battery. You know what I'm saying? I think he might get 2 or 3 games, bro. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll see, man. But that definitely make the battle of improving offense, that make it a little tougher. You know what I'm saying? Not having your marquee guy.
He did no favors.
He definitely didn't. Who y'all think they get for offensive coordinator, man? Like, has there been any names thrown out there?
I've been hearing like some rumblings that's why they interviewed Airbnbs for so long. They trying to learn from Kansas City because his contract is up for Kansas City. So, there's all kind of stuff. They're fishing them, seeing, why he hasn't been able to get like a head coaching job or a head coaching opportunity because he's done the Andy Reid and it's Pat Mahomes and all that. So,
well, we know the answer to that.
They're trying to make him, they're trying to get him to come and create his own offense in New Orleans. Like, it'll be his, and and it wouldn't be no question. You know what I'm saying? It'll be his offense. The success is going to be on him, on his shoulders. And if he succeeds, then, he can become a head coach. But he's been passed up multiple times, past 3 or 4 years, high powering, top offenses. You know what I'm saying? Like top 5 offense the past 3 or 4 years, and he's getting passed up. And we got, little dudes from Harvard getting Miami Dolphins head coaching jobs, not even as well as qualified there.
This the thing, though. We know the answer to that shit. We know the answer. Like, we ain't even got to discuss it. We know the answer. But if he was to become the offensive coordinator and kind of put him in line to be a head coach, that would be crazy. I would really like that.
From what I'm hearing, man, he really wanted to come on, bro. Like, he was really excited to like get the interview, and he wanted to come home. He wanted to do it for the city.
Yeah.
But they had their coach lined up already, but no.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it plays out, man. I got high hopes for the Saints next year. Y'all know how I feel about the Pelicans, man. I can't wait till stuff start ramping up in the spring for college football. We can talk about that.
Just temper your expectations down a little bit, Ryan. You lead yourself to a lot of pain and despair.
Dan, well, that would fall right in line with everything I'm used to experiencing, man. It wouldn't be no different for me. So we'll keep an eye on it, man. We might even call for emergency episode.
Just level it out a little bit, baby. Just level it out. Just right here, you did this. You did. Ooh, you're way up here. You ain't like bring it down here and just level it out, baby. Just level it out.
See, Dan, but when we in the NBA finals, I don't want to say, "Hey, I told you so."
Yeah, I'm gonna put 20 on it. If we plus 10,000 right now, I'm gonna go ahead and put 20 on it. Why not? What I have to lose? $20.
Just don't
Are we
say I
talking-
told you so.
Are we talking to make the finals or win the finals?
Win the finals.
Oh, come on.
Win the finals.
You're going too far, Ryan. You need
Plus 10,000. I need to look at the odds on just them
to
making
your
the finals.
expectations.
Just
I'll
don't-
do
don't
make
say-
the finals. But win it.
Don't say I didn't tell y'all, man.
I don't know about that,
When
Ryan.
I'm chilling in the Bahamas, sipping my little margarita, my little drink with the little umbrella in it, you know what I'm saying? Don't say I didn't tell you, man.
Come on.
But
Okay, NBA championship winner. Let's see. Right now, New Orleans Pelicans plus 30,000.
30,000.
So
$100 will win you 30K.
$100, $30K, bro. That's some
Hey, I'm
some
just saying,
change in
man.
loot right now. So
just
$15
saying.
will be 15K, Jared.
That's a
I'm
fact.
gonna throw a little 20 on that, Caddy. Why not?
That's why not? Don't say I didn't tell y'all so, man. When we in that thing, you know what I'm saying? And TNT all up in the Smoothie King Center. Don't say I didn't tell y'all. About to make me some life-changing money.
They still got the Lakers plus 2,000, bro. That ain't no neck if I ever seen it.
Yeah, that's neck. But it is true, man. Like any team with LeBron on it, I wouldn't count them out, but it's looking very, very slow for them. But yeah, man, unless y'all got anything else y'all want to add, I think that about do it. We might have to call for a little emergency episode later in the week. Maybe if Griff announcement is good enough, which I think is Zion is back. But
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
that's a fact. That is a fact, bro. But anyway, man, if y'all drop through again, as always, I will have the social media handles in the description, man. Y'all go and follow us. Y'all talk shit with us throughout the Pels game. CJ debut tomorrow, or when y'all listening to this tonight. So y'all rock with us on Twitter, man. Let us know if y'all enjoyed the episode or not. We'll catch y'all next week.